Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of the Bricked BIOS podcast. I'm your host, Isaac. I'm joined by George.
Hello, everybody.
And Tim.
How's it going?
We got the empty chair, and we have Josh.
I'm on my own today.
Yep, unfortunately, we lost the yapper.
Yeah, the yapper is currently stuck yapping at home. He is coming down with a yuckiness.
The plague. The black lung.
Whatever's going on. It was bad enough to where he couldn't join us right now, so unfortunately we will be missing him for this episode. So we're so glad that we decided to delay our usual recording. Normally it's on Tuesdays. Today is now Thursday, and yesterday we had one of the biggest announcements that just came out of nowhere. Death Stranding's having an... I'm kidding.
I was going to say, it didn't really come out of nowhere. Valve,
was teasing it a little bit.
Well, they had the event planned.
Yeah, they did. I know that there was rumors about I think it was called Project Deckard, which was referring to the Steam frame, but I had no idea about the new Steam machine. That was kind of like, there were some rumors here and there, nothing solid. The Steam controller, there were patents floating around, so I wasn't too surprised about that.
Wasn't there already like a previous version of the Steam controller?
There was.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that one got... they had it going for a while. It was like a really niche product, only like one joystick. It wasn't too popular. Those who owned one, I own 3. They were really good for what they did, but there was a point where another company, I think it was Scuff or one other controller company, had to step in and be like really annoying and bullying on their patents because something about the triggers was like infringing on their patents. So Valve just had to like sell them all, stop making them, and then go with this new one.
So with this new Valve event, do you guys want to kind of go down the line of how they announce stuff?
I didn't watch it, so I will go ahead and react in real time.
So they first announced was the controller, right?
See, to me, the old Steam Deck just looked like a dumbed down Xbox controller.
But
I mean, it didn't seem like it was much. You know what I mean?
The Steam controller,
the original Steam controller, like the first ones. They just.
But now, have you seen the new?
The new one looks cool, yeah. But
it
the
does not
old
look cool. It looks weird.
It has the
it looks like the
touchpads and
Duke.
everything. Well, yeah, but
if you look at it,
they
it looks
actually
like the Duke.
utilized the surface area of the controller a little bit better than the Duke did. I mean, the Duke was huge because that was a technology of the 2000s.
Yeah.
The Steam controller is actually going to be like, you can have a touchpad or all the buttons and the triggers and all this stuff. So that's kind of cool. But I was saying that the original one was nothing fancy. It was just like an Xbox
it is
controller.
Ginormous.
It is, yeah.
Like, what about the little kids?
this isn't meant for little kids.
They're not thinking about the little kids.
No, it's George, the kids.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, they could have not included the touchpads. Even though they're a cool feature on the Steam Deck, they couldn't.
They're huge.
Well,
you have to remember what they're supposed to be used for now.
What's that?
The Steam machine.
Let's
keep
talking about this controller.
Yeah, but you can get these for your PC.
But honestly,
can.
the specs that they do have in this controller is pretty cool. Like compatibility normally is, or they have for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Obviously,
I'm about to be in the market for a new controller, and this is just too much.
well,
Go with an Elite.
I agree with you.
An Elite controller from Xbox.
Yes,
I bought one. The bumpers went out within the first 6 months.
That might be a personal problem.
It's around the time when
the second one.
It was the second one.
Oh, then I don't know.
It was around the time when Elden Ring came out, where you're like spamming them.
What happens with your hands when you rage in a game?
Controller goes down.
All right, that explains.
I think I've heard you say that you bang on your desk.
So like under my mouse pad, if you lift it up, there's like a big dent in my desk because it's wooded. That's just like the go-to spot.
And those are his cozy games.
Yeah, that's his relaxation.
Yeah.
Tim, to your point that it's too much. Yes, it is too much for the average consumer, for the normie who wants just a regular Xbox controller. That's not what this is used for, though. Like on the Steam Deck, and by the way, this is supposed to be feature complete with the Steam Deck's controller as well, with some added features. It's supposed to mimic all of those controls so that you can also use every customization you have on the Steam Deck's controller without having to hold the Steam Deck, so you can use it with that. You can do that same thing with the Steam Machine, which it's probably its main intention is to have it with the Steam Machine. And still have all your customizations, all your bindings, and being able to play those PC exclusive like keyboard and mouse games that don't have controller support more easily with this using the gyroscope and the touchpads for mouse simulation. So that's like what it's meant for. but it also has all the regular inputs of a standard Xbox controller. So you're not having to use those extra features if you don't want to. But
It has the burger button.
it does have the
It
burger
does
button.
have the burger
does.
button.
You guys are so like.
With the taking a look at it right now, I don't really
Look,
like.
it's right there. There's the burger button.
I don't like the
The-
PS5 layout or the PlayStation layout of the thumbsticks.
Oh, how
I like the
they're-
Xbox style where it's
they're offset.
yeah, they're offset instead of
Oh, yeah.
perfectly horizontal. But taking a look at the specs, they have the TMR for the thumbsticks, which is I guess some anti-drift. Obviously.
So the more popular technology right now is Hall effect sticks, which is magnetic based rather than potentiometers, and that reduces the drift issue and
Can
the
you say that
inaccuracy.
word one more time?
Potentiometer.
Oh man.
I'm amazed.
But this new technology is doing like something similar using magnetic technology, but it's also reducing the power usage. And the Steam Deck's battery is how many hours? Like
35 plus.
Yeah. So part of that is because the joysticks are better for that purpose.
So they're Bluetooth. So when you do you guys play controller games on your PC, right?
Yes.
Sometimes.
Do you normally go Bluetooth or do you go hardwired?
I go hardwired.
Bluetooth.
I go hardwired too.
I go both. It depends.
I feel like there's just too much latency. Well, it depends on probably the dongle you have, but 2.4 Gs.
Well, the puck that they use, which also doubles as a charger, which is pretty neat.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, and you could probably use it wired.
Yeah.
It depends on how strong it is.
Yeah. So they're using proprietary 2.4 gigahertz technology that's, a little different than standard Bluetooth or standard 2.4 from like your keyboards and mice. They say that end to end from pressing the button to receiving the signal on the screen is 8 milliseconds on this, their proprietary standard on here. So I think that it's going to be pretty good, especially compared to standard Bluetooth controllers. You can also pair 4 controllers to one dongle, so you don't need to plug each individual controller's dongle into a machine to use them. So that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Not as good as the 8 that is supported on, I think, the Xbox dongle. Is that what that has?
Does
I
Xbox?
have no idea. I know that they do, but I don't know what the exact number they can use on it.
So
I think it's 8.
does the controller come with the dongle?
No.
The Steam controller, yeah, everyone does.
The controller comes with its own dongle?
It does, yes.
Okay.
So that's for charging and for wireless pairing.
So some extra features I'm also seeing is it has the gyro controls, the tilting of the controller, the grip sense.
Which is taking from the same technology as the index controllers, so it can sense whenever you have individual fingers on the grip and how much pressure you have
How
on
would
there.
that? What would that translate to in like a game?
It has yet to be seen. So one thing they demonstrated is, so instead of having the gyro active on like touching one of the thumbsticks, because they're all capacitive, every button will sense whenever you're touching it but not pressing it. They demonstrated how you can activate the gyro by just like having a firmer grip on the controller, and then releasing your grip will release the gyro. So like you can play around with
They
it.
might do something like that where you're like, if you're gripping it hard, the gyro might be stronger.
Yeah, I could see someone like increasing the sensitivity of it by.
Because the Steam Deck can kind of do that too. Like if you have your thumb on the left thumbstick, the gyro will turn on.
Yeah.
I could see them doing something like that. They also say they had HD haptics. I remember 2 trackpads and then the 4 rear bumper or buttons.
Yeah, the grip, like the back buttons.
Yeah, the back buttons.
Speaking of the rumble and the haptics, this original Steam controller only had haptics and they used it to emulate rumble, but it wasn't as strong. Now they have both, where they have like really big rumble motors and they have the HD haptics, so you get the best of both.
Yeah, and then just taking a look at the older model, you said you had 4 of the older Steam controllers.
I had 3.
Or 3. The design of the newer one is a lot better, I'd say, because with the other one, they were going full trackpad, right?
Yeah, so they had 1 joystick instead of 2.
Yeah.
And they were relying on the functionalities of the trackpads for everything. And they also, the left trackpad replaced the D-pad. And it had like the indents so you can feel where the separation is, but it just wasn't as good as a D-pad.
Okay.
Were the under buttons, were they removable or?
No, I think
No.
they're there.
See, yeah, that's not. I don't like that.
That's why I like
one
the
thing
design
about
of the
like,
Elite.
The Elite,
Where
I
you
like
can remove it.
you can remove it because I don't use the 2 like the was that R4
Mhm.
and R3
I never
or whatever.
u-
I don't, or R3 and L3.
Yeah.
I don't use those ones. I use just the bottom ones, and I like with their design the how it curves down like the L
onto the grip. Yeah.
onto the grip. And then if you don't want it, so like if I'm playing games that I'm not using that, then I
You can just take it
just
off.
take them off, and I don't have to turn off my change to another configuration or something like that.
Who knows? Maybe
Plus-
later down the road they'll like release a Steam Elite controller or something like that.
With the Elite controller, you can also save configurations to the controller itself. You have like
Yeah,
3
yeah.
different
You
modes.
just you can just switch it. And I had one for different games, like an FPS one, and then a setting for single player games. And things
Have
like
you
that.
have you ever messed with Steam's input bindings?
Mm-mm.
It's I really like how in depth it can be, but like you said, how the controller looks like it's too much. It can also be a little daunting to like go through everything and tweak everything. I had my original Steam controller. I had it to where, because it had the dual stage triggers where there's an analog and then there's like a button at the end that you can press separately. If I were to like double tap the analog of it, it would reload, and then if I just press the button at the end, it would do like zooming in, like aim down sight or firing. So the Steam input is pretty in depth. Like you can do double taps, you can do holds, you can do layers of like if I hold this button, now the face buttons do something different. You can do action sets where you have like different profiles within a profile. So it can get crazy. And that's kind of what this controller is meant for, is like just going nuts with really in-depth control schemes to make it perfectly what you want it to do in place of a keyboard, which has all the benefits of like multiple buttons. But yeah.
And then a question I had for you guys, since we are talking about the controller, is this something you guys would consider buying? And if so, or even if not, what do you guys think the price is going to be for this controller with all its features and the trackpads and all
Well,
that?
it's going to come with the. You can buy it with the pack for the Steam machine. You can also buy the Steam machine standalone without the controller, but I'm gonna guess probably.
Keep in mind the Steam machine, they're trying to price that to compete with a low end, like an entry level PC, not a console.
I'm gonna guess probably 120
For the controller?
on the controller.
That's reasonable for the amount of extra stuff that they're doing with this controller. Like, not a lot of controllers have gyro.
I would say high end, maybe 150, but my guess is like in the 120
You'd be
range.
surprised how many have gyro nowadays, especially with the Switch controllers having that as standard.
Oh, well, yeah, Switch. But, like, I've never seen a controller have trackpads.
Yeah, that's
That's something.
PlayStation one does, doesn't it?
It has
Well,
the single
kinda.
trackpad, and you can split it to like behave as two separate ones, but it's not. It's more of like an additional like afterthought thing rather than this is like front and center. You can access them.
Yeah.
But how many games on the PlayStation controller can you actually use the trackpad? Well, Ghost of Tsushima, where you're just like swiping up all the time to try to see where the wind's going.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
And then, so anything else we want to add on that controller? It does seem pretty cool, but
As far as who's gonna buy it, well, this is where I was talking. Like, it feels like it was made specifically for that machine, because this is, in my opinion, this is them trying to take kind of a stab at Microsoft, because they're not going to beat PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. They have their own markets, their own consumers, but Microsoft right now is kind of falling apart with the Xbox. So by Steam releasing all this new stuff, they're kind of trying to, I feel like they're going to be in direct competition with, the Xbox, the Ally. And now that Microsoft is trying to like move all their stuff to PC, it's like, so now you have an option. Are you going to go with the Xbox Ally, or are you going to do the Steam, like either the Steam Deck or Steam Machine and all that? So this controller and all this stuff, they're trying to get it into like a one-stop. Like, you can get the Steam Machine and the Steam controller. Do you need the keyboard and mouse? Do you need the full monitor setup? All that. I think they're trying to make it as simple as possible. So I feel like the people that are going to buy the Steam Machine are the ones that they're trying to get to buy the controller, and you basically like replace that console setup.
And
know what I
also
mean?
potentially
And you can
a
still use it.
dedicated PC gaming setup.
Yeah.
Because the Steam controller can do the keyboard inputs just fine.
Right. So that's my thought on it. You don't need a keyboard and mouse because you have the controller, and that controller has the capability to act as both mouse and keyboard, and you don't need all this fancy like PC setup. You just get your Steam machine, your controller, like what you're used to with your Xbox, and now you're playing Steam games, and you have a low-end entry-level like gaming PC. So that's my thought, is like who this is for.
Yeah, and I totally get that. Just like if you're gonna buy the Steam machine, you might as well go for the combo pack and get the controller as well.
Right.
It would make sense. Moving on to the Steam machine, because I know we've been wanting to talk about that a lot.
Yeah, we'll save the most interesting for last.
Yeah.
The Steam machine, I like it. Like,
oh yeah, it's cool.
It's very unique in that, it's very basic, that it's just a custom mini PC that uses an AMD Ryzen, like I think it's a Zen 4 processor, 6-core 12-thread. And then it has a GPU that's roughly equivalent to what would be like an RX 7600 RDNA 3 GPU.
The best part.
The what?
The best part.
SteamOS.
SteamOS.
Yeah.
And then it supports up to 4K gaming, because not a lot of people know about the spec. So it supports up to 4K gaming at 60 frames with FSR. That's frame generation, right?
No, that's upscaling.
Oh, upscaling. And then ray tracing supported, over 6x more powerful than the Steam Deck. And then it has 16 gigs of DDR5 plus 8 gigs of GDDR6 of ERAM. 512,
The equivalent of a 7600.
Yeah. So, and then it has 512 gigabits and a 2 terabyte SSD module.
Yeah, you can either get the low end storage, like the 512, or the 2 terabyte.
So you can get 512 2 terabyte modules.
Now, can you upgrade that?
Yes,
or
it is user replaceable.
There you go.
And is there multiple slots, or is it just like one? Do you know
that? I didn't actually see. I don't know if it has just the single slot, or if it's if it has another spot
here
for it.
It says it has. So I don't think it will do M.2, but as micro SD slot for expanded storage.
So at least one M.2 and then the micro SD like the Steam Deck, which if you have the Steam Deck and you have a library of games on an SD card, you can just put it in there and then play those games.
Yeah, that would be cool. And then internal power supply, AC power, 110, 240 volts. Pretty standard.
And it's so adorable. Like just looking at the size of it. I like how minimal it is by default. Shut up, Tim.
You know what I thought was cool? I saw the face coverings, or I don't know what they call them.
Like the face plates.
Yeah.
So they're magnetic. You can just pop off one, put on the other one. They also are releasing the CAD file so that if you want to 3D print your own special face plates, you can. So it's a little bit tinkerable there.
I think the wood one made it look like a bookshelf speaker.
Sounds like framework.
Yeah, honestly, the wood one made it not look like a PC.
It made it look like I thought it looked like a.
It kind of reminded me of
a bookshelf speaker,
fractal cases.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
That case, just the Steam Cube reminds me of a fractal case.
Steam Cube.
Well,
you want to call it what it is?
Yeah, let's go ahead and from now on, it is not the Steam machine; it is the GabeCube.
The GabeCube,
as Reddit has said.
They should just put his face on one of the covers, and that'd be hilarious. Somebody do that, please.
Just have Gabe's face.
Yep.
Ultimately, I feel like if someone it depends on when this comes out, but if it does launch pretty good and Steam is constantly updating it and making it successful, I feel like this would be a good entryway for people to get into gaming on PC.
I still have the problem with it, and that I was talking with Jacob, before, since he's not here today.
Rip.
We were talking about how it's a cool idea. The problem is that a lot of the multiplayer games aren't going to work because of SteamOS.
But you can put Windows on it if you wanted to.
But
they're not limited. How does it defeat the purpose?
Because
it's kind of the same opinion I have of putting Windows on the Steam Deck. Like the SteamOS is one of the selling features. So you get the niceties of pause and resume by pressing the power button.
Mm-hmm.
Like it works seamlessly on Linux. You get the added I guess Linux in general, especially on the handhelds, has been a whole lot more performant compared to Windows. So
and let me be clear, when I'm saying the multiplayer games, I'm talking about mostly the newer ones. The old ones are going to work fine.
Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty are not going to work.
They're just not.
At least not right now. One thing that Jacob was mentioning is that, or actually I think it was our Q, he was saying that he hopes that with this release, whenever more people get onto the SteamOS platform and they're able to realize, that Linux runs games just fine. I think 90% of the Steam library of Windows games does work on Linux. It's just the other ones don't because of anti-cheat and other like little issues here and there. He hopes that
because Linux users are a bunch of cheaters.
Well, and the other thing of that is people can get SteamOS for any device.
Yes. Well,
no,
kinda,
I thought
kinda.
Valve only limits it for their stuff.
You can get versions of Linux that
like Bazai?
mimic the Steam Deck interface, the SteamOS, like the dedicated game interface. But it's not the official SteamOS, which they're not closed about it. Like they're open to like giving it out to vendors, like Lenovo with the Legion Go S. Is that the one? They have a SteamOS version, so they're able to ship it out to other hardware makers and have them use it.
They did back when the first Steam machine came out.
We don't talk about that, Tim.
But they did that. They used Alienware.
They did
to make basically the little PC console.
I owned that one actually, the little Alienware Alpha one.
Did you own the controller too?
I did.
That controller is even worse. It has 2 bug eyes.
Yeah,
you're gonna learn that.
It was unique and I liked it. It was charming.
Charming.
So what was I saying?
About the
So Q was hoping that the more people actually go on to this platform on SteamOS,
devs and anti-cheat makers,
they will have to cave in because it's a good enough market to like actually make it worthwhile to like support that.
Oh, and I've said that's the only reason I'm still like, for the most part, exclusively Windows is because I really just play new games, or well, not new games, but I do play a lot of games, and a lot of them do have the anti-cheat problem, and so it's like I'm not willing to switch like my main setup to Linux because I don't want to give up playing these games. But if they were able to get SteamOS to support these games, then I would be all on board for it. Switch over to that or buy a.
But will Microsoft allow that though?
It sounds like they're not gonna have a choice.
Microsoft.
You could just go to that dev team and be like, "I'll buy you guys if you guys try to."
That's basically that was how the conversation went at Activision.
if you guys try to exclusively go to PlayStation, I'll buy you guys out.
They're like, we're tired of you giving the exclusive stuff to PlayStation. We own you now.
Cookie, anyone?
I already had
one. I'm good.
This is my
I'll
third.
have a cookie.
What?
This time, keep it in your mouth.
Oh.
Play with you. Don't drop it. That was only bite 1.
I know.
Well,
doesn't have Jacob
the first
to stare.
bite was what failed on the first one. So.
Oh man.
So besides like I think I mentioned earlier that it was not that interesting because all it is a mini PC. The GPU soldered on the board. It has 16 gigs of RAM that you can upgrade. Kind of limiting there, but it is still a PC. You can put Windows on it. You can put another Linux distro on it. You can even go into the desktop mode and use it as a computer. So whenever you buy this, they say it's going to be priced as an entry-level PC, and you have to keep in mind it is a PC, so you can use it for more than just gaming. I liked the heatsink, like the actual thermal design of it. It looked a little overkill, honestly, but I think most of that is to take care of the GPU heat. But have you seen the insides of it? Where like there's like just nothing but giant metal heatsink for most of it. The motherboard's like on the bottom part, and then the back is just a big fan that's the exhaust and sucking in air from the bottom and in the front. But most of it is designed around the cooling. And I think one of the engineers said that they actually started the design around the fan first rather than anything else.
So it was kind of like that one giant PC, or that one PC that you had that had the, what size fan was it?
It was like a 180 mil fan. It was the Thermaltake core. What was it? It was one of their mini ITX cases that looks like a cube. It's similar in design to this.
A fan. It was like that.
It was a huge fan. But this one I think is like a 120 mil. So it's like a lot smaller, but still the same type of cooling design with a single fan.
Yeah.
And then for me, since I already have a PC, this doesn't really make sense. But if depending on how well this goes, I've been in the market for getting a living room PC.
Well, I just know I have friends that are diehard Xbox fans, and they've been playing Xbox since,
So you think this would be?
I'm trying to get
marketed
them
towards
into
them?
PC stuff, and I would like to recommend this to them. The problem is that, like I said, the modern multiplayer games,
Just
it's
like I said,
hard
they
to be
put
like, go
Windows
to
on it.
PlayStation, go to this, but you can't play these games. You can't play Battlefield. You can't play Call of
And
Duty.
like
You can't do that.
like how Isaac was saying,
Get
it's
this,
still
but
it's
you
still
Yeah.
a computer. You can create partitions and
Yeah,
put Windows on it,
But
so you
what's
can run both.
keeping them from doing it is they don't want that problem of the computer. They want the console feel, which is what I think is cool about this, is that it's got the Steam OS and everything, and you can just hop in and play your Steam games like similarly to a console, and you still have that PC capability. But at the end of the day, some people just want that console experience, and I'm trying to get them out of, I don't like what Microsoft is doing. I don't like that they're not coming out with good games. I don't like that they're raising the price of Game Pass. I don't like that they're having Windows issues all the time. I would love to be able to be like, don't get the new Xbox. This is like Steam's putting this out. This is going to be your new console.
And like how we were
you know?
mentioning, this kind of seems like it's going to be for the more casual gamer. I'm going back to like the Linux stuff. If you don't want to or you don't understand, because a lot of people don't understand how to put Linux or create partitions or even put Windows. But this is probably going to be marketed towards more of the casual, more of all that. Like I said, if you're going to buy this and we're telling you it's going to have Linux and you want to play Call of Duty, the new Battlefield 6, you're going to have to put Windows on it. And that's just what's going to happen.
They're just not going to do that, and that's the problem. But if there's games like,
just the discretion, it has
Yeah.
Linux. You're not going to be able to play.
There's a lot of-
Steam OS is not Windows. Disclaimer.
there are a lot of good games on Steam that will run. Like they run on the Steam Deck now, and they will run on this Steam machine, the
GabeCube. And if you use the Steam Deck, that's what you're going to expect on here. Just it's a dedicated box that you stick in your living room, and it fits right in.
Mm-hmm.
Just add the wood accent, and then it fits in with the rest of your decor if you're into that. Tim, do you have any thoughts on the GabeCube?
The GabeCube.
Yeah,
I like
GameCube, but GabeCube.
I like that name better than Steam Machine. It's so original.
And
No,
then go ahead.
I just been kind of looking at it a little more, and one thing I just read was they are saying that you can put on another OS if you want.
Yep.
So
do they have other OSs that are like
interesting to see? Like in that case, like someone buys it, puts Windows on, so they can play some of the other games. See,
Or
I wonder how that would work.
What they could do is
At least it's not 4 gigs of RAM.
what you
I
could do is when like you're saying you're gonna order it, you choose what OS you want on it,
I don't know if they would.
I doubt they would do that.
Yeah, I doubt it. I
or
think
just
that
or just do like
They-
a framework
wanna-
and be
they-
like,
they
don't have
wanna-
anything.
They want to sell you their OS.
platform.
Yeah.
Like, tie you into Steam their way, like with that, which I don't mind. Like, it's dedicated to that purpose. So
I wonder if it. One thing I wasn't seeing. I wonder if it would be where you could boot it up in another OS pretty easily, like a different partition or something.
I'm pretty sure
I don't know.
that you, like, similar to a normal PC, you could have it to where the BIOS recognizes, both partitions, and you can choose which one you want to boot
Yeah.
into, maybe a bootloader like Grub or whatever. I don't doubt that would be possible. It is just a PC.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's not
I
like
wonder
a
if
gaming
you could
console.
if you wanted to do your other games, multiplayer games, then have a Windows side for it, and then for everything else, just boot into Steam OS.
Well, it's also, are you willing to do that as well when you're buying this, or does it just make more sense just to
buy a PC?
Yeah, just buy a PC and do that.
Well, the question for me would be, what else besides? So, Xbox back in the day, their whole thing was like, it was your entertainment center. It included the 360, even the One had Blu-ray, all of that. So it was your one go-to if you wanted to watch movies. And then if you wanted to play games, you had that side. And then their newer one went away, but add streaming apps and stuff like that. So it looks like you can add apps and things like that.
It has a web browser.
So how much are they going to market to where it's kind of it replaces your entertainment center, and it becomes, because it every ad is like, oh, this is going to be on with your main TV. Put it in your living room. Okay,
Be a pretty powerful entertainment.
Sell me on that.
Mhm.
Don't just sell me on the game part. Cool. I'll just go hook it up to my monitors at my
Yeah, you can also be like, oh, you can watch all YouTube, Netflix, and then
Yeah,
you can be
like,
like,
that.
and then your kids can play games.
If you really want to sell it, don't just sell it to the gamers.
Yeah,
You gotta sell it to a bigger
That's
market.
what I was like kind of trying to say earlier. It's like I wish that they would make this more like, here, we're gonna replace your console. Like we're gonna take, maybe not gonna be as good as PlayStation because like they've kind of got a hold on the market right now. But like with Xbox kind of coming, anybody who's on Xbox, make it easy to be like, here's the Steam machine. Like this is gonna be better than your Xbox.
So what do you guys think? Is this going to? I mean, it's exciting. It's coming out next year. They did this 10 years ago, and it flopped.
The reason why it flopped, though, is a couple of big reasons.
Because it's Alienware?
No. Well, kinda.
Isn't that Dell or is that?
That's Dell.
Well, it's
Yeah.
Dell now. They
Yeah.
bought Alienware.
Alienware was good when they weren't part of Dell. Anyway, the first reason that George kind of like alluded to, they didn't have first-party hardware. They relied on the various configurations of all the third parties out there. Nothing was the same. It was like a mixed match of everything. It was confusing. Some were really weak. Some were super high-end and thousands of dollars. My Alienware Alpha was like $450 or $500. That had 4 gigs of RAM. And the second reason is Linux gaming sucked 10 years ago because they didn't have the compatibility with Windows games like they do now with Proton. They were relying on Debian, which was already like an outdated OS with old software and old drivers, and they it was just the technology wasn't there for Linux to actually be a dedicated gaming device. So now that Valve put in the work over time to create all of those technologies to overcome those obstacles, it is now ready for that, and the Steam Deck proved it.
I was going to say, I think the Steam Deck is, because they didn't have the Steam Deck before, I think that's allowed them this walkway into this realm a little easier because the Steam Deck has done well.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I can see how this will be better than that last one, but it's still, if you're just hitting the gaming market, you're going to sell, but there's going to be those that still just want their own PC. I'm going to build my own PC. Why should I just buy this console? So, like, you're not going to be able to hit the high end market that they want to have
Performance.
Performance, high end graphics, change things out pretty easily over time.
Especially because Steam on Windows, like on a PC, is really easy to manage.
Easy to use, yeah. It's easy to use. So if I'm working and I need a PC that can run other things, whether I'm video editing or other things like that, I know Linux has a side to that, and you guys do that, but Windows side has done well on that in areas. So why not just get a bigger PC, have Steam? They got to figure out a way, I think, to market it to where it's your entertainment center.
It's your everything for entertainment
on your
TV.
Yep.
And one thing that's going to be a big deciding factor, because it hasn't been determined yet, is the price.
Yeah.
It really just depends on how much they're going to charge
A
for
mini
this.
PC with those specs probably.
I was talking to Isaac. The most I would pay for this is like $600-700.
I would think the most that they would try to target would be like $700-800.
Yeah, that's probably
Is that for the 2 terabyte one?
That's probably
Maybe.
I would see
Yeah.
between 8 to 1,000 for the bigger one, and then probably 5 to 7 maybe for the smaller one.
But like how you were explaining it, yeah, that makes sense. But like, let's say in my case, I don't need this. But if I were to get this, I'd probably just make it like a PC or like a living room console.
That's what I would do.
I would not use it as like my main system to do all my editing, all my taxes.
It would become more of one. Yeah, it would become more. But no, what I'm talking about is entertainment.
Yeah,
like what you're saying.
Because if it's in my living room, I can do multiple different.
I'll
things
do different things.
Yeah.
I can watch. I can stream. I can jump onto YouTube. I can browse and do this. and then when I want to game, I can game. And it sounds like, you can play multiplayer, so now you can get couch co-op and things like that going again pretty easily, which I think that is a plus. They got to capitalize on that.
If only a lot of games supported that. But
now that I'm thinking about it, the trackpads on the controller make sense. So if you're just wanting to stream, you can just
browsing on the web with a mouse that's a trackpad.
Exactly. That starts to make sense now.
I'll just hook up a wireless mouse.
But the controller makes it to where you don't need to do that.
Or like
Tim.
just get that Logitech that has like the
All
You
size.
guys are all
device.
saying the stuff that I was saying earlier. I don't know.
Now it's starting to make sense. I'm starting to see the vision.
The
now.
problem is that they need to have like a strong, like this can replace your current entertainment console.
Now there is a problem with stuff when it comes to streaming, because Linux, if they're able to solve this problem, I think that would be a good selling feature and also help all of Linux in general. Whenever you browse Netflix, for example, on Linux, because it doesn't have a certain license or a certain like security feature level for DRM, I forgot what the exact term is or what it's using. It only streams you 480p or 720p at most, because it lacks the copyright protection. Something to do with that, some DRM that's involved in there. So if you really did want it to replace your streaming box, they would need to come up with some way to certify it to allow for this feature set to let all of these streaming services give you the full resolution, like, ultra, UHD, 4K, all this stuff, like the highest quality. Because right now Linux does not have that, which is kind of a shame. So
that would be the selling point for me, is to have that, like, because I have my gaming PC. If for me to get into this market, it would be, all right, gaming on the TV. That I like that, but I want to replace my Roku. Because my Xbox, that was what I used all the time. I would turn on the Xbox and turn on Netflix or whatever the other streaming services, Amazon Prime. They had that.
Which kind of like bypassed the Roku, because the Xbox was already powerful enough to run all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. So, but then when got off the Xbox and started playing on the PC, then I just have a simple Roku and plugged in, and that's it. And I mean, there's smart TVs and all that, but we all know smart TVs aren't that smart.
they are horrible most of the time.
Yeah, they're not that great.
That's why we recommend getting a Roku.
Yeah, an actual good Roku.
Yeah.
Chromecast has been pretty good.
Don't get the Black Friday like express cheapo ones either, because those last like maybe a month or a year, and then they're like crap again.
Get it's like $80. The solid little mini Roku, that one's a good one.
Yeah, and I know that the Chromecast, I know the one you have, the Walmart brand, is pretty good. Then they also have like sell their own little thing too.
And get a Fire Stick.
The Fire Stick Cube is pretty good, I heard.
Yeah.
Just one of those.
I haven't seen that one.
It's like their higher end one, and it has like Alexa attached to it now.
No, never mind.
All right,
He's
He
out.
lost me.
He's checked out.
back to the main topic. I can see this for the casual gamer, and then I'm like on the same boat with Tim. Is like, if I were gonna get this was gonna be my entertainment system in my living room.
Yeah.
And I would use it for that. I would have to get a Roku because I have this, because it's powerful enough to run Netflix. I can scroll through stuff pretty fast, unlike any other smart TV. And then if I'm just using it for an entertainment system, I'm probably not going to worry about like playing Call of Duty, because if I'm going to play competitively, I'm going to be on
the PC.
You're gonna be locked in at your desk.
Right.
Yeah.
But what, again, my argument, what about the people that aren't on PC yet? What about the people that are, maybe people want to play games like Phasmophobia or some of the PC games that are on Steam that they can't because they're using like an Xbox or a PlayStation right now. How do you convince them that, like, instead of buying a full-on, $2,000 computer setup, you get this instead and plug it into your TV?
For me to be able to convince them, I would have to see a price first. Because if it's like $1,500, I am not going to convince them to get it.
I would hope that it's going to be around $600, but which is what the new Xbox and PlayStations are going for.
Which would be understandable. And then let's say if someone was in the market for getting a console and this comes out good, I would suggest this to them, because it would just makes the most sense.
Yeah, it's just hard.
Steam just translates over all PC parts. If you switch the PC, if you want to get a higher end PC.
Well, and we were talking about when kind of speculating what that new Xbox might look like a few episodes back.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically beefy little computer.
Mm.
So probably going to be, my guess is more expensive than this guy.
And more powerful, probably.
And more powerful. And so with that, because we were talking about, I think it was Isaac said it or someone, you can put Steam on it at that point. Like you could put the Steam app and then just load up your games that way. That
it would be nice.
I mean, I would probably myself, if I'm looking at something that's going to be more of a TV console, I will probably wait. All right, Steam's trying to get ahead of Xbox, maybe generate sales before, hopefully, get some good interest. But I would still myself wait till the Xbox comes out, look at price comparison, look at that, see what does the Xbox One can do compared to the Steam one, and then at that point decide, do I want to put one of those with my TV?
Mm-hmm.
Because then you have the Xbox side. If you don't have Game Pass, then it doesn't make sense. That's one of the big things. But
you can still play Battlefield and Call of Duty on Xbox.
yeah,
That's a hard one.
if you buy it. But
yeah,
I mean, I bought mine through Steam, so
right.
but I can't play it on the Steam
But
machine.
yeah, oh well, yeah. I was gonna say, even though you bought it on your Steam or on your PC, you can play it on this thing.
If you
can play
put Windows on it.
You can play the single player offline, probably.
I don't know.
Can you even launch the game?
I haven't checked if that was... Well, which game? Like Call of
Like
Duty or Battlefield?
any game that has like
Anti-cheat.
anti-cheat. Can you just launch it and play offline?
I don't know. It depends
Most
on
of
the
them
game.
don't. Yeah, like I don't think you can on. I actually had this hit me the other day. I jumped on to Steam, hit play before the update queued for BF6, and I jumped on and it said cannot connect you. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And it spit out an error, Javelin anti-cheat error. I'm like, what's going on? And then I saw, it has an update queued. So I exited out, let it run the update, and then I was able to get on. So I don't think...
So probably the start menu checks for the...
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to do offline.
Okay, yeah.
A
that
lot
makes
of
sense.
games now are moving away from that, which kind of sucks.
Well, a lot of games are
Yeah.
moving away from offline completely, which is even worse.
It's kind of stupid.
I know.
Even if they're single player, like they still
Yeah.
want you to be online.
Yeah,
for
I'm like,
I
some
don't
stupid
wanna
reason.
be
We're looking at
online.
you, Ubisoft. Because they like to make you connect to their Ubisoft servers all the
Yeah.
time.
So Tim, if you were going to choose between the GabeCube and the next Xbox, does aesthetics matter? Like if Xbox took a page out of PlayStation and made it look like a stupid alien router, like would that influence your purchase?
Because
I
this
can
looks
always hide it.
because like this with the different panels that they're gonna choose, like what we were saying with the wood finish, that would look good in a living room. It doesn't look bad.
No, it depends on your, like
Your
decor,
taste.
but yeah.
Yeah, but like it doesn't look out of place.
I like...
Well,
like,
it kind of does, but it doesn't look ugly.
it does to me, because we don't know what the new Xbox looks like. But if they stay the route...
It's gonna be a box.
Yeah, it's going to be
It's
a
gonna
bigger...
a rectangle.
It's a rectangle.
Some kind of rectangle.
3D
Is it going to
rectangle.
be mini fridge? Is it going to
yeah,
be
I mean, that's what...
pizza box?
The looks... That looks terrible, but I can always hide it.
Right.
I did like speaking of aesthetics, the RGB light strip in the front. Apparently, it can be customized to one. You can turn it off, or you can have it set to where, like, if you're using your TV for something else, but you're still wanting to monitor a download, it shows you the download progress.
bar, yeah.
I thought that was a neat feature.
Saw that.
I probably wouldn't use it because I like minimalism.
I put it constantly on strobe lights.
It just makes me think of the old Knight Rider TV show. The car.
That's kinda cool, actually.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could make it red.
I haven't seen any of like the ports that it has. So, like,
It's on the back.
does it have display HDMI? How many HDMI's?
one
displays?
HDMI, one
Yeah.
display port, the power input, two USB 2s in the back, two USB 3s in the front, SD card for all your...
USB-C.
He's not looking at a diagram. He is like
Right here.
memorized that
Yeah,
picture.
that's. I have to look at a picture here.
So it has a display
USB
port.
3A on the front, micro SD on the front.
How many USB A's on the front?
Two.
Two.
So two, the
And
two
then,
and the
you
micro
got
SD.
USB 2A's, two of those on the back,
And then
USB-C
one
on the
USB-C.
back,
That one I forgot. USB-C.
Ethernet, HDMI, and DisplayPort.
And the AC power.
Which
The fact that they crammed an integrated PSU in there is kind of insane, actually, how small it is, and most of it is just big heatsink.
I'm curious. That just makes me think of what's going to happen because you have HDMI and DisplayPort. DisplayPort's really jumped up on its usage, and it's pretty much one of the main connections to monitors now. So it's like, I don't know. That'll be interesting to see because right now you'd have to have an HDMI and a DisplayPort if you want a dual monitor.
Yeah, but you can get an adapter pretty easily.
Yeah, but
Yeah, especially
adapters aren't always the greatest.
going from
but-
DisplayPort to HDMI is usually pretty stable because
They're pretty similar. They're just
I just think of troubleshooting.
yeah.
One less thing to troubleshoot.
yeah. But that also brings like you can only use at maximum only 2 monitors then. If you're going to use it with your computer setup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you have your TV, you just need the one. Which
Right.
Be HDMI.
You can do what I had done in my old room where I had my, I had 2 monitors and then I had a long HDMI cord that went up to my TV. So if I ever wanted to put my game up on the TV. Well, no, we would play. What we did was I'd play my main games on like my front monitor or my center one, but then we would play like Lego Star Wars. We'd put that up on the big TV and do like couch co-op.
Oh, that makes sense.
But it just depends on your setup and how you run the cables.
I could see that working out pretty well on this.
You can just have a monitor to play your games if you want to sit at your desk, but then maybe your desk is next to a TV,
Well,
or if you have like a 20-foot HDMI cable, you can.
Yeah, well, like I said, if I do get this console, because I am in the market for a living room PC, because I already have a PlayStation, I already have a Switch. I just want a PC in my living
I was
room.
gonna say, you really want to sell me on this? Steam, you got to work with Nintendo. You gotta figure this out.
I don't
Get
doubt
some Mario Kart going.
I don't doubt
if
that.
I'm gonna sit
Wait
at
a
my
minute,
TV.
Wait a minute. I saw a YouTuber. I forgot which one. I think it was Hardware Unboxed. Maybe it was. I don't. No. I forgot his name. Anyway, emulation on this thing is probably going to be insane. Just how powerful it is.
Honestly, that's one thing I was thinking of. I'm like, imagine just putting Mario Kart Wii in the living room.
Dude, I was
Nintendo's
thinking,
gonna sue your butt.
We don't condone this.
Or like how I was doing the other day.
That's why I said they need to work this out.
Well, that's an indie dev needs to do something.
Or like I was doing a couple months ago. I put Wii Sports on my Steam Deck and got a Wii remote and started playing.
He was doing it in my cubicle, just right next to me.
I was doing boxing because the nunchuck and the Wii remote works. It's just Bluetooth.
Was it? I remember.
That's pretty. Yeah, you could do this with that. That would be pretty
So
cool.
Valve
That's way too
work
advanced for
with
the
Nintendo.
average.
We got to get this figured out.
It's not Valve that's not working with them. It's Nintendo working
Any
with
emulator-
them.
Nintendo working
Any
with anyone else,
emulator
but
work
come
with
on,
these
make
guys.
it work. Like that I would buy it. I'd be like, all right,
if you're willing to
I have
put in the
Steam,
work,
and I have.
Yeah,
We don't condone
but
this.
Nintendo
it
would've
can be
been like-
done. You just have to.
Nintendo would be like charge double if we're gonna help you.
Well, and that's why I'm like, it's Steam. Like, you get some indie developers in here and just make a game.
No, it's
that
not
works
Mario
like that.
Kart.
It doesn't need to
It's
be
not.
Mario
On the
Kart.
down-
It
I
need
needs
Mario
to be
Kart.
Kart
On-
racing of some
On the
kind.
down low, you can emulate
Smash
Switch
Brothers.
games.
On the down low.
Do you?
Just beep all that out.
It's gonna have like a
On the
disclaimer
down low.
going across. It's gonna have a disclaimer. We do not condone any kind of emulation or piracy of any kind. We don't.
So speaking of emulation,
Well, is it really piracy if I own the game?
we're not going down the gray road, okay?
Like,
you don't own the game.
You don't own a
what
single
if
game.
I purchased the game, or I purchased it, but I emulated it on my PC?
Anyway,
Nope.
speaking of emulation, the Steam Frame.
How does?
We're gonna get a cease and desist just for saying Nintendo. In our, if we're gonna bleep out every Nintendo we said. I'm gonna say it 3 times now, and then we're gonna have to like.
Now, you're asking why did I say emulation with the Steam Frame?
Yes.
Because it can run x86, Linux, or Windows Steam games natively. It's able to run them. It's not that powerful. Like, keep in mind, it is an ARM like system on chip. It's like a cell phone processor on your face.
Yeah, it's a standalone.
But it can run
PC.
games.
It
I
can
thought.
run standard Steam games. So
What does standard mean?
like if you wanted to play Hollow Knight, you can play it.
I did see that it would be able to run normal like
Yeah.
games like that.
And keep in mind that those games on Steam aren't made for ARM. They're made for x86. They're made for Intel and AMD. This has a Qualcomm chip. Valve has
Snapdragon?
yes, and Valve they didn't invent. They are putting together and working with the technology that I think there's already stuff out there, but they're putting it together, kind of like what they did with Proton, where they have Wine and DXVK and all this stuff to run Windows games on Linux. They're putting together this emulation layer to run x86 programs and apps on the ARM chip. So that's really interesting because like it opens up a big window of opportunity for a lot of software to just run on ARM, like on your Android phones, on anything that isn't your standard computer. Like it blows my mind how big this can be going down the line. Right now we don't really know the capabilities of it because it's not out, it's not in our hands yet. There are other technologies out there and other emulators and stuff where you can already run Steam games on your phone. They're not as polished, but with Valve getting involved in this, I think that they can make it like seamless and make it incredible. So I'm just like fanboying over Valve right now.
Honestly, I feel like they kind of messed up announcing a Steam machine and then right after the Steam frame. Kind of makes it a little anticlimactic.
Why though?
It's because like you advertise a Steam machine, it's gonna be run game. It's gonna run games pretty good, probably for a cheaper price than normal PCs, competing with other consoles. Then we're gonna release a VR headset that can also run these games. Worse, but like also it's VR.
But so yeah, it does run standalone, and it is a standalone headset. It's a fully
like the
functioning,
MetaQuest 3.
Yeah, it's a fully functioning SteamOS machine, so a Linux machine on your face. And it also makes me wonder how well it can run as a computer, like if you were to go into the desktop mode, because it does have a desktop mode. But you can also stream from your existing like Windows computer that you run VR on onto this machine, and it's going to be a whole lot more seamless than, let's say, the MetaQuest's streaming
because the MetaQuest 3 has the Steam Link, I think is what they call it. And it's highly dependent on Wi-Fi and how strong your internet connection is.
Yeah, like your router and like your both devices, like your computer and your headset's connection to the router, and make sure it's ideal.
Yeah, so even if you're close to your router and your PC, it is still pretty choppy to play games. Because I've tried it, and because sometimes you don't like a wire hanging from your head all the time.
Yeah,
playing on that, so I tried it. It's all right, and it has its good times, but it's really you take a really big hit on performance when you do that. And I did see, if you want to talk about it bypassing the router.
They're solving that problem by including every Steam frame with its own dedicated. They called it a what was it like they called it a router.
Are you talking about the wireless adapter?
Yeah, like some people would call it like a wireless dongle.
Wireless adapter.
But it's like essentially like it's replacing a dedicated router, but it's like a direct connection from it to your Steam frame.
So it has nothing to do with the internet or how fast your internet is.
It's direct. It's a direct.
So you can have doo-doo internet, and it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
It's 6 gigahertz just from the wireless adapter to the.
It's essentially replacing the link, the cord.
Yes.
Well, it's probably not going to be as good as the cord.
Just make sure your
6
router's
gigahertz
not
is
on
pretty.
that.
It's pretty good. And also, they said that they dedicated the one 6 gigahertz antenna to this adapter for whenever you want to use it for that. Whenever you're not using it, you can still use 6 gigahertz to your normal router for internet connectivity. But that eliminates the interference that you can get. They said that once you have that link going between the adapter and your frame, your 5 gigahertz will also work on the Wi-Fi, so there's no like crosstalk on that. Like it'll be pretty harmonious in that connection.
And anybody looking for a router that has 6 gigahertz, it's labeled as Wi-Fi 6E.
Yes, 6E and 7 is where it starts.
Please don't buy Cat E Ethernet. Does not work.
Cat E.
Cat E.
Or Cat 8.
Cat 8. Oh.
Cat 8.
Also, I want to
was
point out
like,
earlier that I had said that Phasmophobia wasn't on console. I forgot that it did eventually get released. I just thought about that because I was thinking of the VR stuff. I was like, if they want to play Phasmophobia, I'm like, wait, Phasmophobia did have a console
I do have
release.
the specs pulled up for this
Go for it.
so-called VR headset. So the resolution, it's 2160 by 2160
Per eye.
Per eye, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Pancake optics. Field of view is 110 degrees. Refresh rate is 72 hertz to 120 hertz, and then they also do include a 144 hertz experimental mode, which, depending on the battery, if you are running at that 144 hertz, it's gonna kill your battery pretty fast.
So here's a question with the battery thing in mind. When you had the Steam Link, did it keep your headset charged, or did it add power at all, or no?
Not as much as you think.
It's not enough to actually support
you going.
the full power.
Because you're not going to have that at all with the 6 gigahertz connection. You know,
Yeah.
there's going to be no power transfer.
So even when you did have it plugged in, you'd have probably added like 30 minutes of extra playtime. Maybe
that's still some time added. You know, with a 6 gigahertz, you're just
Now-
going to be at.
With the previous Quest, you could actually just plug it into the wall, and then you just have to be mindful of it there, and you would be just going forever. But then you're just relying on the Wi-Fi connection, and it's not that good. So, but
Right.
with this, I predict that it would probably be a whole lot more stable. Like if you were going to say you're plugged into the wall for charging, and then you have the 6 gigahertz dedicated link to the PC, I think that could be pretty stable. But it's yet to be seen.
You need
Okay.
a battery on your hip. That's what we need.
I have my Meta headset. I have like a battery pack that goes on the back of your head. So if it blows up, you're done for.
Make sure it's not made by Samsung.
But moving on with those specs, the weight, it's 435 grams total. Don't know what that converts
What is that
to.
in chicken breast?
Look here, have you worn my MetaQuest 3?
Yes.
So let's see how much the MetaQuest 3 weighs. How much?
It looked smaller than the MetaQuest 3. Just looking at the picture, I don't know. It could have been, it's subjective to whoever's wearing it, but
So the MetaQuest 3 base, because I have that extra strap, is 515.
Yeah, so
So it's a lot lighter. Or
quite a bit later.
yeah.
They also have the better weight distribution because the battery is on the back by default. That like offsets how the weight is distributed on your head. You don't even need a top strap, but they do include an optional top strap
And
for it.
now thinking about the MetaQuest 3, because Meta is not known for giving you a good strap out of the box. So that's pure headset. That's 515. And then they have the battery in the back. So they're evenly, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then processor, they have the 4nm Snapdragon ARM. Memory, they have 16 gigabytes of unified LPDDR5 RAM.
Still more than 4 gigs.
Yep. Storage, they'll have multiple options, obviously. It goes from 256 gigs to 1 terabyte. A UFS storage options, micro SD slot for expansion.
Which you can also carry those games to your Steam Deck and carry those games to your Steam machine, and they'll all play the same games. Assuming that they run.
So you can have like multiple SD cards.
Yeah.
It's like wait, I need to pull out my SD card because this has Halo on it, or this one has Hades, and this one has Mega Bomb. So.
Good know how small are your SD cards?
You're gonna have like a deck full of SD cards, and they're all labeled with their games, like Switch cartridge
Going
style.
back to Switch.
Go back to the old Nintendo, the cartridges. You had your library book.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gotta whip out.
Or if like you have
Plastic
someone
pages.
else playing or like you can just swap SD cards because they play certain games and you don't want those games while you play.
You could label your SD
Yeah,
card.
exactly.
But do you actually own it?
No. Then the connectivity we just talked about, but it has Wi-Fi 7, 2x2 dual 5 gigahertz, 6 gigahertz streaming for simultaneously VR and Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so that was the dedicated 6 gigahertz
Yeah.
connection, and then also the Wi-Fi connection with 5 gigahertz.
And then the wireless PC tethering.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I talk with my hands a lot.
So yeah, and then like the wireless PC tethering,
He's
which
over
is the
here
Wi-Fi
fanboy.
6E with a USB 3.0 receiver.
Mhm.
Then the tracking has a 4x outward facing monochrome cameras.
Kind of a downgrade compared to the Quest because they have full color cameras for pass through.
Yeah, and then it's the outward IR illuminator for dark environments.
Which is also kind of a bad thing because everyone who's invested in the lighthouse technology with like the base stations in the corner of the house with their Vives and their indexes, I think that's end of life now. They're going forward with the inside out tracking, so it is what it is. That technology's been out for a long time.
So then, and 2x interior cameras for eye tracking. So if you want to do like an eye track challenge.
They also have, if you wanted to play, I just registered. If you wanted to play in pitch dark, they also have the IR illuminators in the front of the headset, so it's like
So
a little
flashlight?
spotlight. Yeah.
So you look like Master Chief.
Dude.
Imagine someone designing like a headset around like Master Chief's helmet.
Well, I'm thinking, wasn't there like a paintball game or like a shooting game where it would like take
All indoors.
Like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was on the Quest. Oh, it's got the lights.
Oh, it hasn't turned on right now.
But it was on like it was a Quest 3, I think, and it was like it used your house as like the map, basically.
People buy like warehouses just to do that. Like they'll have like their own setup just for VR.
Yeah.
Have you ever done one of those?
No, I have not.
Oh, those
Have
are-
you
Oh yeah.
with VR?
Yeah. That was fun. It was a zombie setup. It was in Vegas.
Did you know
Yeah.
what headsets they used or no?
I don't know what headsets they used.
Were they black, white?
They were black. They were
Or probably the
What's the Vive?
there's a whole get up.
HD Vive or something like that?
Yeah, there's the Vive. There's a bunch of Vives, like the Vive Cosmos and the Vive.
I forget how many people make VR headsets.
for a
Yeah.
while it was like, I mean, not to say it wasn't, but like the big player was Oculus. and
It's because
Quest.
they were the big player because you didn't need a PC. That's what really.
Well, you did
Well,
it first.
you did actually with the CV1
Well,
and the Rift S. You
We're-
did.
They were the first people to go beyond the PC and have it all entirely in the headset.
Yeah.
Meta
Let me
did.
see if I can find
the
what
Quest
they
One.
used.
No, it was still Oculus.
Was it
Oculus
still
and
Oculus?
Quest.
I
Yeah,
thought-
Meta or Facebook.
Well, yeah,
bought
but
Oculus.
I thought it was after Meta bought it and then that they made the.
No, they had.
It was midway through because the original Quest 1 headsets had the Oculus branding and the naming. They had the later models have the Meta branding, and it made me sad.
Wait, no, you're mixed up. So the original Quest was by Oculus, and then the Quest 2, because I bought my Quest 2 when it was still Oculus, and then
Oh,
halfway through,
You're right. It
Halfway
was the
through-
Quest 2, yeah.
halfway through they changed it to Meta, so they went to the Meta Quest 2.
And then the starting screen changed.
Everything changed, and then
When the Fire Nation attacked.
and then when they released the Quest 3, and then that was just pure Meta. And then last thing for specs on the Steam frame, battery, rechargeable, 21.6 watt lithium ion, I think that is, battery mounted on back of head strap.
Yes.
So if that battery blows up,
What's with you and wanting the batteries to blow up?
He doesn't want them to happen. That's what he's saying. Better than they better not. If they do, there's going to be some problems.
Exactly. So the back of your head. Is there anything important back there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your head?
Your brain, your eyes. Your,
I don't know about you, George, but we have our brains back there in that general
I
area.
think there's a little free space right there for me. It's vacant.
that part goes. It's all.
As
bad.
far as design of the Meta Quest, or not the Meta Quest, the Stream frame, it reminds me a lot of the Quest Pro.
That's
Or
true, yeah. It has that
the
similar
Meta Pros.
look.
Do you think it compares to the Apple
No.
Air?
I think
Or was it the
The Vision Pro?
Vision Pro?
I think the Vision Pro is better than this.
I go get out. See what the reason why I mentioned the whole like it can run x86 programs and it has a full Linux desktop. I wonder if you could use this like besides all the VR stuff, besides all the gaming stuff, which is really cool how you can run just regular games in like a virtual theater and use the controllers. The controllers, they're cool. I like them.
I saw those. Those looked really
They're
good.
like full Xbox controllers that are split, but they also have like the
And they
finger
have the touchpad
tracking
too, didn't they?
No, they don't.
didn't? Oh,
They kind of look just like Meta Quest 3 controllers.
With Xbox buttons.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it has a D-pad on one side and the ABXY
but the
on the
design,
other.
like just looking at it from afar, it looks like a MetaQuest 3
It's
controller.
very similar. It's like it's almost indistinguishable besides
What-
the buttons.
I do like the design off of the bat, because like I said, Meta is notorious for making terrible head straps, and then just looking at this one, it looks like out of the box, it's comfortable, feels good, like the weight distribution with the battery. Hopefully, it doesn't blow up. One thing that I am looking at it now, the front part is glossy, which means that it's either some type of plastic or some like plastic film protection.
Hopefully it doesn't scratch like the Vision Pro does.
Yeah, or like something like that. Or if it's a glass, that's even worse.
So I know that it needs to be that way because of the
Cameras that they have.
the IR blasters, like the light that it blasts through,
Oh,
so that it can actually show through that. There's also, as far as the design goes, one thing that's cool about it is it's semi-modular. So it's in pieces. The front compute part is like one piece, and that can detach really easily from the head strap part, which has the speakers and, of course, the strap itself. And I don't know if it has the microphones, if that's in there or if it's in the actual compute module. And then the battery, I believe, can also be separated. What was another thing that was cool about the modularity? Well, like those pieces are all separate. People will more than likely 3D print something to make it look even uglier and maybe add some weird function to it, but they can do it because it's modular.
Somebody add a mohawk.
and then to the people that have a MetaQuest or something like, or a Meta whatever, if you've bought games on that Meta store, you can would then download it on like an OS, and you can still play your game. So if you are in the market for getting this, you would still be able to play any compatible games that you bought on your MetaQuest store on the PC.
Yeah, the cool thing is, so because it's an ARM chip, you can sideload Android APKs and run those. So any VR experiences that you have in Android or any Android normal stuff that you want to run on a flat screen can technically run on this because it's using the
So
ARM
you can
chip.
play Angry Birds.
yeah, actually. And because of the x86 translation, you have your like light Steam games that you can run. I would assume maybe like the same games you would expect to run on a deck, you can run on this. But it's, doing that translation, you're going to lose some performance there. And then what I was talking about earlier, I really, really, really want to know, can you use it as a computer the same way you would use a deck or a Steam machine as a computer? Because it does have desktop mode and it does have the emulation for x86 apps. I want to know that so bad so I could just sit at my desk with a keyboard and mouse connected via Bluetooth and then just have like 6 screens in front of me virtually.
And I want to bring up the same question I
brain
asked you
dead?
guys on the
got
other
the
on the other products. If you are in the market for this, and if you were to buy it, how much are you willing to spend for this? Because I know
That's a tough one.
the original Valve Index, if you wanted the whole everything, it was
Like
$1,000.
Yeah.
But you also got like the wall, the what's it called?
The base stations.
The base stations. You got the headset. You got the
index controller.
the
Well, how much
controllers.
was the MetaQuest 3 when it came
500.
out? 500?
And then you can get the S for $3, I think.
They did say that they're going to target the price not more expensive than the index. So it could still be the same price or cheaper.
So if it's $1,000, are you buying this?
I'm not. I would say if it's like
If it's 500, then I would get it. I would sell my
I
MetaQuest.
so
and I'd
doubt.
get it.
I so doubt it would be that price
It's-
though. With
they-
so
they
much
have to compete
technology
with
in it.
They would have to
though.
compete with Meta though. Yeah.
Do they though? Because they have the backing of the Steam library with it.
Wait,
Why?
I can only understand that because of the 6 gigahertz thing.
Mhm.
Because not a lot of people like to play with. Like the wire's annoying. I do understand that, but if you're charging almost double of a Quest 3, does it really compromise the Steam library?
The only reason why I think it justifies the higher price is because I know it's just another full computer on your face. Whereas something like
Yeah.
a Quest, you're limited to just Quest apps. And this is potentially not. This is potentially you can do anything that a
The
computer
guy who got the smallest phone possible is so excited about a computer on his face.
So you wouldn't buy these for employees
Just
to have
play
them on their
Megabonk.
face?
No.
What if technology got to that point?
I hope it does.
But
That'd
Tim,
be kind of cool.
Tim, it's a computer on my face with Linux on it. See, it's not phoning
It's
home
a
to
Linux
Microsoft.
rubbing all over his face.
My iPhone is Linux based.
No, it's not.
Back in its history.
Okay, Unix maybe. Okay, and technically you could say Android is based on the Linux kernel, but they phone home to Google all the time.
Okay, so maximum, what are we willing to pay for this thing?
I think it's got to be.
I think
would
it
pay
coming in
$1,000.
at $750.
I can see 750. I cannot see 1,000.
I would pay 800 to $1,000. I would, and this is the one that I'm most
This is
interested
the guy who
in.
bought a framework.
Yeah.
They'd have to have some like I don't know. Maybe I'm just out of the loop on the VR games, but like they would have to have some serious titles for me to be like.
That's kind of a good argument because when it comes to the VR market, like there's only so few like really well polished games. I'm not talking about VR chat. That thing's a cesspool.
I'm talking like Alex.
Yeah, like Half-Life Alex.
There's a lot of good games in
What was
there.
the Prince of Persia one? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Like, there's like
They
maybe
got,
three
like,
that I can
Job
think of.
Simulator,
Yeah.
Gorn.
Well, those were more like demo games, like in the very early days where it's like showing off what VR can do.
Well, one game I did like was Into the Radius. Have you guys ever heard about that? It's like a survival game in VR, and it's pretty cool.
Well, and then you have like Phasmophobia that you can play in VR.
Ain't nobody want to play.
Fallout
That's
in
too
VR.
scary.
See, for me, I'm not. VR is not a big thing for me. I want to see what happens more with AR.
Hmm.
So
That is true.
Actually, have you seen
I'd
any of
rather
the
have-
AR games?
I have not seen any of the AR games, but AR is more interesting to me for like at least in what I deal with, and especially on the work side, like having going back to the first Iron Man and Tony Stark. Like ever since I saw that,
build something on the table.
I'm like I want one of those one day.
Yeah.
So like everybody
All right,
put
I
on
can
your
swipe through. Okay, yeah, there we go.
Well, and that's where Meta was marketing for that stuff.
But going back to the AR, they do have AR games. So there's like a Dungeons and Dragons game. So like if everybody has like a Quest 3 here, you can like choose a table.
Yeah, but you have to have a headset. You have to have a VR
Oh,
headset.
so you want like holograms?
Yeah, I want the table.
I want like the glasses like in
Have
the
the
So you want, like,
Spider-Man.
the-
or the glasses
you want,
like
like,
those the little glass set like that. I'm seeing you like your glasses right there with the AR in them.
Mm-hmm.
That's more what I would like.
Yeah.
Not a whole headset. That like for my interests.
the bulk is
If I was going to
a
go with
problem.
the VR one, I would want good
So
games
have
though,
you
too.
seen the new Meta Ray-Ban?
I've seen
the
some of the
displays?
commercials. Yeah, I haven't seen.
Do you think that's kind of like where you'd like to go?
That's more where I would go.
Okay, that
Mm.
makes a lot of sense. But you want more of like the "Help me, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope" type stuff.
But like I said, like Half-Life Alex was
I
good.
think we can do better than that.
Yeah,
They were
so-
shooting it across the galaxy. That's how.
Yeah, that's how good it was.
So yeah, Josh does have a good point. Like the VR market for experiences and games and applications
Limited right now.
is pretty limited. Like it's VR blew up.
Now-
what year was it? Whenever like the Vive and the CV1 came out for Oculus.
That would have been like. I'm usually good with dates, but this one's I'm losing it. Was it like early 2010s?
Let's see.
2010?
So one thing I did see on here, they are developing, they have, and they're gonna
2016.
allow people to have Steam Frame developer
pretty
kits.
new.
Developer kit, so like people can make like,
People
like
are partners.
third-party partner.
People are partners. They can sign up for a developer kit,
So they can
and
make
so
like
they can help put together games and things like that. So
and so they can also make
they're
like
not just staying in house. They are going out and saying, "Hey, help us develop this."
like
Yep.
the third-party accessories too. But I'm really hoping that Steam does well with these launches because it's like we're in the time where a lot of people and a lot of developers and a lot of companies don't like to make quality products nowadays. So if something like this comes out and it does really well, it'll really push like Xbox and any other person, even Meta maybe, to like kind of step up their game with the.
It's needed.
So
Yeah.
are you going to go get a Valve shirt and go online and order all of these products?
The only
As soon
one
as they're
that
available?
really appeals to me is the frame because the GabeCube. isn't all that interesting to me. I already have a more powerful PC. The framework laptop that I have is serving all my purposes well. And plus, I like the laptop conveniences of having a screen with me everywhere I go.
What
and,
about the controller?
peripherals and stuff?
The guy with the smallest
Maybe
phone ever.
only because I liked the original Steam controller and I might like this one more. But I also don't play a lot of controller games. Like I'm always just on my keyboard and mouse. But the frame is unique enough to where, like I think I mentioned before, like I had sold my Quest 1 and my Quest 2. And after the Quest 2, like they were forcing you to have a Facebook account with it. I was like, I hated it so much. I don't even have a Facebook anymore. It's gone.
You made a Facebook to sell them.
I did, actually.
And then deactivate it right after.
I only had Facebook for Marketplace so I could sell stuff, including the Quest. So now that this is something that isn't tied to like social media, it like everyone has a Steam account, basically, if you're a PC gamer. So that's all you need to get it going. And since it's pretty open to that, and since it's Linux, since it's it's different enough from my laptop and my tablet to where I can justify having a different type of device for a different use case. That's the one I'm most likely going to get if the price is not too expensive.
And even like how you said with the Steam account, with this, it depends on how they have it set up. But if it just is an OS, an operating system on this, you don't even have to log in. You can just go on the down low, emulate some stuff without having to create any accounts or anything like that.
George is just going to have a black bar across his
I think I can see a laser pointer on his forehead right now. Which Nintendo lawyer is out there?
From Japan.
Yeah.
Oh
But
man, Tim. So I know you're not really into VR. You're mainly AR. Any other thoughts about the frame at all?
No, I think it's pretty cool. I just have not been into the VR side of things. Like I don't have anything. I actually, the one I do have, it was a Lenovo. It was the headset that you actually used your phone to put in.
So it's one of those Google Cardboard based ones, like where you just slot your phone in and then do that.
So you had the app and all that you loaded up, slid it in, and I think it was the Star Wars lightsaber dueling one. It was actually pretty good. It worked well. But that's my foray into that.
One of my favorites was the Vader.
Vader
Immortal, yeah.
How many of those did they come out with?
Like 3 episodes?
3 episodes. They were good.
Then you make more Star Wars games. Those were fun.
The one that was really fun actually was the
Outer Rim or something like
the
that.
Galaxy's Edge one.
Yeah, the Galaxy's
Yeah.
That was fun because the DLC was where you're a Jedi, but mostly you're like you
have a blaster.
you're like a scoundrel. Yeah.
Yeah. That one was really fun. I don't think I beat the whole thing.
I
just
beat that
played
game
it for a long time, and
That game was fun.
it was fun.
Anything Star Wars is fun besides KOTOR.
Not baiting me today.
Hater. What a hater.
He gets one response and he's like, "I'm gonna milk this."
I know. Are you guys fine moving on with this?
Yeah.
I know. We're talking about Microsoft a lot and them not making good games. Did you see that they're ending support for Halo Infinite?
Yes.
They're going into a maintenance mode now.
Wait,
Almost made it halfway through what they said they were going to, I think.
wait, legit? Like
Yeah.
they're
The
No, like-
last update was
There's servers are still going to be up. They're just going into a maintenance mode so they
No.
can focus on
the new game.
new games.
when did Infinite come out?
21.
Yeah. They said it was a 10-year game. They made it
4 years in.
Okay, I guess I thought it was newer than that, but it's still pretty surprising considering it was supposed to be their flagship Halo experience for
So yeah, they're
this
just
gen.
they're
No, but
not
they've
gonna,
had a-
Not flagship.
No.
they're not supporting
It's 4 years.
any new updates
Here
or
in a
any new
month.
patches, nothing, or they're just going into like a maintenance mode, so like
Keep it from
breaking,
Hmm.
so they can focus on more endeavors.
Well, they've had a lot of issues with the
So
Halo Studios. And
so they can focus on remaking all the past games again.
And
yeah.
then, I know a lot of people have been watching. I know we talked about it. The Halo combat or campaign evolved. Didn't a demo recently come out, and a lot of people went to go play it?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't finished,
Mhm.
and it looked okay. I don't know. I can't really say anything until the game actually comes out or we get to see a little bit more, but it looked fine.
Yeah.
I guess the best way I can describe it.
But I did think that was crazy that they're just ending support for Halo Infinite.
Well, didn't Do well. And then on top of that, the people that developed the game, I don't think are working there anymore. So they're like, you know what I mean?
Well, they're just all one
They
and
had
done.
a ton of layoffs and a ton of like personnel changes, and
now AI is coding like half of their stuff.
so
So
they went to Unreal. So
So yeah, hopefully Halo 7 is
I think the
good.
Slip Space engine is dead.
wait, when did Halo 6 come out?
That is
Halo 6 is Infinite.
Is 6.
Is it Halo 6
Yes.
Infinite?
No, it's just Halo Infinite, but
But
it is
it is the
technically
sixth
6.
game.
But okay,
It's, it's
Yeah,
the
it's-
sixth mainline story game, whatever.
gotcha.
Technically, it's Halo 7 already, if you count Reach.
Uh,
Technically, actually, it's Halo 8, if you count ODST.
Technically, Halo
Halo Reach
okay.
doesn't have anything to do with Master Chief. Halo ODST doesn't have anything to do with Master Chief either, so therefore it is still 6.
But does the Halo have anything to do with Master Chief? Does a Halo have to do with anything with Master Chief?
I don't understand your question.
Yeah,
Do, do the Halos have to do with anything with Master Chief?
That time you just worded it weird.
Do the Halos have to do with anything about Master
Do
Chief?
Master Chief
You hear it too, right?
Halos
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
anything do with
Halos.
Am
the
I
Halo-
having a stroke? What
do the Halo rings that the Forerunners make
yes,
have anything to do with Master Chief?
Yes.
He stops him.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Why was that so hard?
He doesn't stop the rings. He stops the Covenant from activating the rings.
No, he did destroy a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Halo
So
1.
he stopped a ring.
Oh boy.
But it was it
Am I wrong?
going to stop?
Prove me wrong. Was he going to stop?
Oh no.
I don't know where this is going anymore.
I don't know
don't
either.
But yeah, hopefully Halo 7 is good.
If they make it, you think they'll keep going with that story, or you think they'll move to something else?
I've never played Halo Infinite, the campaign.
I got through like 4 or 5 missions of it.
I
And
know-
it's the same thing over and over. And I was like,
are we getting to the point where like the numbered games are getting too high, like Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5?
Any Call of Duty.
what
any
are we
Call of
on?
Duty.
Final Fantasy?
Was
like
it
20?
I
It's
don't
like
know.
16 or something?
Something like that.
One question I did have is, when does Master Chief have the time to change his armor?
So
Where's the lore in that?
if,
Does he wake up like halfway through Halo 3
there's
and Halo
little
4? to
micro
change it?
like nanobots that go through and change all of his stuff
They're evolving.
while he's in like cryo sleep or something.
Is that lore accurate?
I think so. I think
I
it was in a book or
Don't
something.
know. I haven't read all the books.
So, because
I
he
haven't
went,
either. I
he
just,
went
like,
Halo 4,
some
Halo
stuff.
5, same armor, then Halo Infinite, completely different armor, but he was floating around in space.
Does the military armor, like military uniforms, look the same as they did in the 1960s?
No.
But did that much time pass?
Yes, actually, because the first Halo games were in 2552. I think the Halo Infinite is like 2560 something or something. I don't remember.
But
It's
like,
10,
when does he
15
have the
Yeah,
time
10,
to change
15.
the armor?
I don't know. See, they take it off, put new ones on. I don't know.
Like between Halo 1 and Halo 2. Well, that you can probably explain that.
That was
You can explain Halo 1 and Halo 2. He probably could have just switched armors.
3 and 4 was
There's-
weird, but then 5 after 5. I'm trying
Halo
to
3 to 4, when did he have the time to do that?
Well, that was the one that was like weird.
Halo 5 is the same though.
But at that point, he was back on Earth, so they could just change his armor.
But I thought he was in cryostasis.
Not between 5 and Infinite.
No, I was talking about Halo 3 and 4.
Yes, like that one he was in cryos, and that's where they said it was like these nanobots that were like changing his armor, upgrading it. I don't know. They put too much stuff in books instead of actually in the games. So but that was 343,
343 Guilty Spark.
which is now Halo Studios.
I'm gonna play Halo Combat Evolved, the original, but VR modded.
That would be cool.
on the Steam
actually.
frame.
That would be kind of
Have
cool.
you seen that?
The VR.
What was that noise?
That was a truck or something.
Zooming by.
No, have you seen that Halo Combat Evolved VR?
That was like a weird mod thing, wasn't it?
He had it like sliding and wall running and
Okay, so it's not Halo Combat Evolved anymore. It's just
Call
Call
of
of
Duty
Duty Combat Evolved.
Call of Duty Evolved.
they had Have any of you guys played like through Half-Life 2?
No.
No, I didn't.
So they had a pretty much a feature complete Half-Life 2 VR mod that I was playing through until I sold that headset that I was using at the time. But I want to see if that would actually run natively on the frame as well.
Did you play Half-Life, Alex?
I did not, because I didn't have a headset at that time. But I was so sad that I wanted to try it.
Jacob did. I want to, but I never did. I don't know if he still. I think he got rid of his headset too. I think.
Hey, George, is your Quest still at his place, or did he give it
No,
back
it's
to you?
at my place now.
We could get Half-Life Alex and plug it in. We don't have the computer anymore that runs it.
We're gonna play it here.
No, we would just need a computer that can.
My computer can run it, but my room's too small to play VR.
You can go do it out on the grass.
I've almost broken my hand playing VR. Like you're just in the moment punching, and then you just hit a stray drawer.
I've hit my ceiling fan a few times and it hurts.
And then, you jump up and hit the fan. Get
I tripped over a couch one time. That was fun.
Tim, would you use VR for like the athletic aspect, like if you're training for boxing or trying to do something like that's like high intensity or cardio?
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to see how many rounds Tim can get through in Gorn. That'd be fun.
I have that game on VR.
What is that?
It's like
Gorn.
It's a gladiator.
Honestly,
gladiator game.
Tim's area here would be perfect for VR.
Oh yeah,
Like if you think about it,
Yeah, I got wide area.
yeah, pretty big area for VR.
you'd have plenty of running space.
Put it on the pad, so if
Exactly.
you hurt yourself,
You fall down, someone
Fall
beats
down.
you up in VR.
It's gonna hurt if you land on your face either way.
No, there's
with George's
cushioning.
battery strap, you fall down backwards and it like impacts the ground and blows up.
Blows up and you get set forward and then you hit your face on the wall. Get the imprint.
at least
of
it was on the pads.
I think that's
Wait, I do have one more question. I saw this one TikTok to kind of go into our free for all section. This guy was ranking the Star Wars. So here's
Movies.
all the Star Wars movies. So here's how he did it. So at the top you have 3 best. At the middle you have 3 mid, and then at the bottom you have 3 worst. So what movie would you rank in those 3 categories? So like you only can put 3 in the top, 3 in the middle, 3 in the bottom. For all 9 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the top 3 episodes?
Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith,
Yeah, I was gonna go. It'd be
and
Honestly,
the
I
original
would go-
Star Wars.
I would go with A New Hope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think in that order. So I think Empire Strikes Back,
5,
Revenge of the Sith, and then
3,
the New Hope.
1, or
The
4,
mid
5,
ones
3,
are going to
4.
be probably
Return of the
Return
Jedi.
of the Jedi, Force Awakens.
The Force Awakens.
I put that in the mid. It's not a bad
Yeah,
movie.
it's
Yeah,
not a bad one.
bad,
That
yeah.
one's a good one. That's
And
not the
then
worst.
I would put.
I would put the Clone Strike or what?
Clone Wars.
No, not the
that
Clone
the
Wars.
Phantom Menace. I think Phantom Menace is better
I-
than
what's-
Attack of the
I
Clones.
don't know.
I like the
It
Attack
has
of the
some good
Clones better than
parts.
Phantom Menace.
That's a cool fight. I mean, but they both had good endings because, like, the second one that was the whole clone army attack, that was cool. But the rest of that movie's kind of rough to watch.
All right, going down to the bottom for me, the mid, right,
Episode
Just
8.
inching out.
Episode 8 immediately down there.
just inching out would probably be episode 2,
Episode 2.
Attack of the Clones. Then I would go Phantom Menace for me. Then it would be 8, and then 9.
On the bottom?
9 on the bottom.
Wait, what did you put in the middle?
In the
You
middle.
put
same. That's
Yeah.
wait,
Josh's ranking.
you did Return of the Jedi? You did Return
the
Return of the Jedi is
mid-top,
4.
Mid-top would be
The Force Awakens, and then the Phantom Menace.
Force Awakens and
See,
Phantom Menace.
and I flip flop. That's the difference
He
I
says
have with
Attack of
Josh.
the
I would
Clones
go
is better.
Attack of the Clones and then Phantom Menace next.
Yeah, I would go Attack of the Clones. I like Attack of the Clones better than the Phantom Menace. And then at the bottom, I'd put the Phantom Menace and
and
7
then my bottom 3
or
would be
8 and 9.
2, 8, and 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Fine.
about
1,
how
8,
it-
and 9.
I thought we were going to argue a
I
little bit
did-
more.
no,
That's a pretty solid
I
list.
saw someone put because I would have to find the TikTok to show you guys afterwards. But I saw someone put so I remember at the bottom he had Revenge of the Sith at the bottom.
Oh, that's rough.
He had he had Revenge of the Sith at the bottom. I think he had Return of the Jedi at the bottom.
Who was it?
too.
Did you see the? Was it?
Yeah.
Was it? Which?
He had 7 at the top. He had 7 at the top. I think he had Yeah.
7 new.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens at the top.
Yeah.
This guy's just rage baiting.
Pretty much. No, there was you got to look it up. It was the Halo. They did a Halo tier list, and it was. I'm trying to remember. Was it the Gamer? I'm trying to remember who did it. It was like a big gaming news website, and it was like
Terrible.
Yeah, they put like
Terrible
Halo ODST in like the last one, and then like the number 1 was Halo 3, which is like that makes sense. But then like they put Halo Combat Evolved at like number 4. I don't know. I'd have to look up the list, but we looked at it and we're just like, you're wrong. Halo 5 was like,
You're wrong.
Yeah. I'm trying
That's
to remember if we go. I don't remember who it was. I got to figure it out.
So what would you rank all the Halos, including like Wars and ODST and Reach and the...
I would go myself. I would go 2.
At the top. You're starting at the top?
2 at the top. Yeah. 2 at the top. Then probably it'd be 2, 3 Reach. And then probably 1 ODST, 4, and then after that 5 and Infinite.
You want to know how it goes?
You think Infinite is worse than 5?
Yeah.
Mine?
I played 5 a lot. Now if you're just going off campaign,
Infinite's better.
Infinite's a little better.
Well, I would say
liked
even
I liked it a little better than 5.
Wasn't 5 more like feature complete and diverse compared to Infinite in terms
it
of like
was.
the overall package?
Yeah.
Are we talking
But
about... So are we ranking
Infinite.
overall package or campaign?
I would think overall package.
Yeah, overall package, Infinite's at the bottom.
Yeah, I agree
Out
with
of
that.
the main games.
Mine is pure biased on when I grew up. So I would put 1 Reach, and then 2, and then Halo 1.
Wait, what?
Wait,
What? So
no.
Number 1.
Number
what
one
was
is
number 1?
Number 1 was Reach.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he said 1 first. And
No,
then,
no.
All right, so number
like
1 is
Halo
Reach.
1, Reach,
What's your number
2?
2?
So
What?
mine is my number 2 is 2,
Okay.
and then 1,
Then 1. Okay.
and then 3,
All right.
and then ODST,
Okay.
and then I would put 4, 5, and Infinite.
See, overall package, I think I would 4 goes up higher than ODST because ODST was just a story. It was just a playoff from Halo 3.
They did have Firefight, I thought.
Yeah, they did have Firefight.
And they had
but-
a map expansion for Halo 3 multiplayer.
They did, but as a complete package, it wasn't itself the
Yeah,
full game.
And they did charge $60.
It was a
on
good
launch,
it
too.
was a good story, but 4 as a complete package game, I played a lot of 4. A lot of 4.
same.
I was max level in 4.
Yeah, I played a lot of 4. I think I had all the armors unlocked and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
4 was really fun.
Yeah, the multiplayer on that one was really good.
And I was a kid, so I didn't really care, or I didn't understand how campaigns work.
You get that
You're
Goss.
just
We
like,
also
Master
didn't
Chief, cool.
Get that Goss Warthog, and what was the level? It was the
The Mammoth?
green- No, the mammoth. No,
That's the sand level.
yeah, that was yeah, I know which one you're talking about. No, it was the one had the center. You're like in this little box canyon, not Red Gulch or
I kinda know
Blood
which
Gulch,
one you're talking about.
but it was like green, and you had the caves on the side with the
It was almost a remake of the ice level
Yeah, it had-
in Halo.
yeah,
Combat Evolved.
kind of. It had the tank on the left. If you started on the blue side, red side, the blue side ended up with the Goss, which they eventually took that out and made it more in the middle, so both teams could have a chance to get to it. But if you got that Goss off,
I had a
Warthog,
few really
you could
cool
wreck.
like snapshot because I used to use the theater mode. I had
Oh,
some
yeah.
really cool pictures of like me like getting assassinations while explosions were
Bro,
happening.
some
in
of
the
the
background.
assassinations were really thought out. Like,
Oh yeah, they
where you
did-
stuck a sticky grenade on someone and just
that was that one in like the multiplayer was probably one of my most favorite multiplayers.
Yeah, some
Halo 2
assassinations
has
were...
the nostalgia. That's the OG, really, really good in-depth multiplayer. But 4, I played a lot.
Yeah.
I played a lot of 5 too, but I think 3 was still probably my favorite.
Isaac, Halo.
Yeah, you gotta
He
get
does
on
not
Halo.
play.
That one works on Linux.
it does. I own Master Chief Collection. I haven't played
a
it.
single game.
We're gonna have him do a legendary playthrough.
You
with
can
us.
join us on Halo 3, yeah.
No, he's gotta start from the first one. You and Jacob did it. Me and Isaac will do.
You can do Halo
1
2.
legendary. Yeah, that was rough.
We did Halo 2 Legendary. That was rough.
We almost
It is
beat
rough.
Halo 3 Legendary in like a single night, almost.
Yeah.
It's too...
The other night
Well, you're
when
playing with me,
George
so.
just was
That,
goofing off.
It's so funny when just...
Yeah,
to
he
see
was the
all
only
that.
one dying. Me and Jacob were just
No,
like,
I
all
wasn't.
right.
On the first mission, I was messing around. The rest of the missions, you guys were getting cooked.
No, by the time we got
Like,
to
you would be in a ghost and get cooked by a grunt in a ghost.
Yeah, because I had to be in a ghost because you guys were in the Warthog. And then if I was in the Warthog, Jacob would just point me in the direction of the enemies and I'd die because I'd get shot out of the Warthog.
And then the
Your
flood,
meat shield.
Yeah,
flood
he
fears
said
me.
that.
The
Huh?
flood fears me with a gravity hammer.
Dude, you knocked us off the ledge so many times. That's why we ended up dying, is because he was doing that. But it was funny.
It was a great time. Good time.
Playing Halo 3 again, I was like, yeah, this is a fun game. Like, so
Eventually, I'll play through the Master Chief Collection as much as I can, and then yeah. So you guys are doing a Legendary playthrough. I guess we'll do ours and then see how it compares. Have my
'Cause I've
first
done-
experience.
I've done Halo 1 and Halo 2 Legendary. I haven't done...
did you understand, like, when I was explaining about how Halo 1 Legendary was, like, really well balanced?
Yes. And then
Compared-
Halo 2, it's completely unbalanced.
Yeah, no.
Dude,
And then
it's
3 was balanced
out to
again.
get you.
3 was almost, like,
3's easier.
easy.
Three,
Yeah.
three was easy compared to like way.
That's
easy
where
compared
my
to two.
argument is. I would say, like, as far as like ranking Halos, like 3 is up at the top. But if you're talking about just like for the fun campaign and I want to play a challenging game that's still fun, Halo 1 was the most balanced and
Yeah.
like you could play by yourself. It wasn't like
It
so
wasn't
difficult
crazy
that it was
difficult.
like frustrating, but it wasn't too easy that you could just go
Just
through
run
the whole
through it,
game.
yeah.
So if I manage to beat 2 Legendary with you, do I earn a badge?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get an achievement on your
Well, no, I mean
Halo
like,
2 Lasso. Have him
do
do
I-
Halo
do
2
I
Lasso.
earn the respect of the group.
Yes.
Thank you. You're the only one
You'll
that hasn't
really,
done it.
you'll really earn it if you do it solo.
Oh boy.
You have to restart the whole entire level when you die.
Yeah. Forgot to mention
It
that.
is terrible.
It's because there
I
was
don't-
like a glitch and they accidentally activated permanently the Iron
I
Skull.
don't think if I did it solo, that would have been a long time ago.
I don't know that I've ever
I don't
done
think
it
I've
solo.
done it solo. I've done it with a buddy a couple times, but not solo.
Yeah, the streets of New Mombasa. That's rough.
I know.
Especially because that's in the middle
me and
of the
Jacob
map,
were
too.
me and Jacob were on a death loop
Them
with a jackal
snipers,
sniper
man.
over there.
Jackals,
And
snipers,
the
man,
funny
they
part
just-
is, too, whenever you get in the Warthogs, they will take you out.
Hey, but Moist Critical will give you $25,000 to do a deathless last
Last time we already did that.
yeah.
What's our time?
Well, I think it's a good way to wrap up because we are actually on my recording, which included some noise in the beginning. We're at an hour 42.
Oh,
Talk
that's
about
a lot of steam.
Jake.
So Jacob's holding us back. Where this is proven now. We hope you guys.
We're
have
gonna put a poll into the Spotify and everything to get removed, Jacob.
No.
No, he's the one who like came up with the idea.
Uh,
He was like he like motivated everyone to like throw in their money in the pot, and then yeah, we had the whole blood ritual and no, but we thank you guys for listening for this long. Really interesting hardware coming out pretty soon in 2026, as early 2026, whatever that means. Valve time. So
3
thank you
months?
again for listening, for watching. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, now also Amazon, even though I don't think the links are up, but we're there. Thank you, Josh.
hey, thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, George. And we hope you guys have a good one. See ya.